This is a centuries-old story. Far from the city, in a peaceful and poor village, lived a man named Nazir. By profession, he was a farmer. Every day, he would head to the fields early in the morning and return by sunset. His life was simple and full of hard work. He ate what he earned and used the rest to help others. In the village, he was known as a kind-hearted and helpful man. But the greatest trial of Nazir's life was inside his own home. His wife, who appeared to be loyal, loving, and well-mannered, was in reality something else. Nazir, a soft-hearted and simple man, was unaware of her deceit because she never gave him any reason to suspect her. Every day she would serve him breakfast on time, cook delicious meals, and smile while bidding him goodbye. But behind this display of affection was hidden a fire of hatred. She neither loved nor respected Nazir. She constantly dreamed of being the wife of a rich and famous man, thinking how much better her life would be. While Nazir worked in the fields, she devised devilish schemes in her mind, looking for a way to rid herself of this simple farmer. Her hypocrisy knew no bounds. In every gesture, she made Nazir believe she was the best wife in the world. And Nazir, believing her, never tolerated a word spoken against her. Eventually, her desires and wicked thoughts led her down a dark path. The woman, who was supposed to be a symbol of love, loyalty, and homemaking, began plotting to destroy her own loving home. Someone has rightly said, "A woman can either make a home a paradise or turn it into hell." One day, as usual, when Nazir went to the fields, his wife came up with a bizarre plan. She called some neighborhood thugs and whispered instructions. "When my husband is at work in the fields, steal his donkey and tie it to a nearby tree." The thugs did exactly that. Around noon, the woman took lunch to the field, as she did every day. Nazir welcomed her warmly, but his face showed worry and confusion. The wife asked softly, "Dear, you look very troubled today. Is everything all right?" Nazir looked up at the sky and said, "My dear, look for yourself. My donkey is tied to a tree. I've been wondering since morning how that's even possible. Donkeys can't fly." The wife, with fake surprise and hidden cunning, replied, "Oh wow. That's so strange. Let's go together and bring it down." And together, after some effort, they brought the donkey down. As she was leaving, she asked Nazir for money. Nazir, who loved and trusted his wife deeply, immediately emptied his pockets and gave her whatever he had. But her greed knew no limits. She quickly said, "This is just 5 dinars, too little. I want more." Nazir asked, "How much do you need?" She replied, "I want 100 dinars, a very large amount." Nazir said, "Okay, when I get paid for the wheat I sold, I'll give it to you." And when he got the money, he truthfully fulfilled his promise and handed over the entire 100 dinars without question. But the wife secretly kept half the money aside and began saving it, likely for a motive entirely contrary to Nazir's love and trust. Time passed, but the wife's intentions grew darker and more cunning. She devised another plan, again driven by money. This time, it wasn't just for necessity. Something much bigger was brewing in her mind. One day, when Nazir was leaving for the fields, she suddenly asked for 200 dinars, a huge amount. Nazir's face showed natural shock. With a loving tone, he said, "My dear, 200 dinars is not a small sum. Tell me honestly, what do you need so much money for?" She instantly cloaked herself in fake seriousness and sympathy, replying, "Sir, what can I say? My sister is very ill. I need money for her treatment." Nazir, a kind and noble man, said without doubt, "All right, you prepare lunch. I'll try to arrange something." Hearing this, a fake smile spread across her face. as if she knew her scheme had worked again. She quickly asked, "Okay, sir, what would you like to eat today?" And another day passed. But Nazir had no idea that the one he considered his life partner was leading him into a major betrayal. When she prepared lunch, she also secretly carried 3 large fish with her. She hid them on the way to the field. When she reached, she served Nazir food, and then secretly buried the fish in the soil nearby. Nazir praised her a bit, offered prayers, and returned to his work. Later, as he was digging, suddenly one fish emerged, then a second, then a third. Startled, he shouted, "Dear, come quickly. There are fish coming out of the field." She rushed over and began pretending to be shocked and amazed, exclaiming, "Sir, this must be your miracle. How can this happen? Subhan Allah." Then she said quickly, "I'll take these fish home and cook them for dinner." She added, "By the way, do you remember the 200 dinars I asked for this morning?" The simple-hearted farmer sold even his donkey and somehow collected the 200 dinars and gave them to her. She smiled, took the money, and went home. Nazir resumed his work. 0 hours 7 minutes and 22 seconds when he returned home in the evening, the atmosphere was completely changed. His wife sat silently in a corner, her face full of gloom and coldness. Nazir asked gently, "Dear, are you okay?" She coldly replied, "Nothing, just not feeling well." "There's fish on the table. Eat it. I want to rest." Nazir thought maybe she was worried about her sister. He ate silently and went to bed. Next morning, she didn't even ask him for breakfast. Nazir made it himself and left. The same thing happened at lunch. He spent the day hungry. Days passed. Then a week. Then another. Her behavior remained cold and distant. Finally, one day, Nazir gathered courage and sat her down. Softly, he asked, "Dear, what's wrong? You've been distant for days. Tell me honestly." She sighed deeply, and the hypocrisy inside her finally came out. "If you truly care about my happiness," she said bluntly, "then give me a divorce." These words hit Nazir like a lightning bolt. He stammered, "What? Are you in your senses?" She turned her face away and said nothing. She was testing how he would react. Would he get angry, hit her, or something else? At first, Nazir thought she was just upset. But when she repeated it daily, he realized this was no sudden mood swing. It was a calculated plot. Still, Nazir bore her cold behavior patiently. But soon she began fights. Sometimes she'd demand gold jewelry. Sometimes she taunted, "I'm so beautiful. I deserve someone better than a poor farmer like you." Her poisonous words pierced Nazir's heart like arrows. He still hoped it was just a phase. But in truth, she had long wanted to be rid of him. First by taking money and securing herself, then by creating excuses. Eventually, Nazir lost his temper. He thought, maybe if I slap her a couple of times, she'll come to her senses. But as soon as he raised his hand, she screamed, "My husband is beating me. He's gone mad." Neighbors gathered. Nazir tried to explain, but her dramatic cries won everyone over. They scolded Nazir, "Shame on you. How can you treat a poor woman like this?" Nazir, a man of honor, began to weep in silence. Eventually, the matter reached the local judge, Qazi. He summoned both, asked them to explain. Nazir quietly told his side of the story. Then the wife came forward with tears in her eyes and said, "Qazi Sahab, he threatens to kill me. Twice. He even picked up a knife. My life is in danger. Please save me." The Qazi was shocked. Maybe Nazir really was cruel. But Nazir turned to the Qazi and said, "By Allah, I love this woman. But if she doesn't want to live with me and is bent on disgracing me, I agree to divorce, but on one condition. I gave her many dinars, once 100, and 2 days ago, 200. I'm a poor man. Let her return the money so I can remarry. Then I'll give the divorce." The wife immediately said, "See, Qazi Sahab, this man is insane. How could he, a poor farmer, give me so much money? If he had, why would I ask for divorce?" The Qazi asked Nazir gently, "Tell me, when did you give her those 200 dinars?" Nazir replied innocently, "Remember the day the donkey climbed the tree? That day I gave her the money." The wife laughed and mocked, "Qazi Sahab, have you ever heard of a donkey climbing a tree? He's clearly mad." The Qazi stroked his beard in thought. The wife then added, "Forget that. When did he give me 200 dinars? Nazir replied, "The day the fish came out of the field." She looked at the Qazi and said, "You decide. Who's lying? Have fish ever come out of fields?" On the surface, people sided with her. The Qazi said, "I'll give 2 days' time. Then I'll decide." 2 days later, the Qazi gave his verdict. He ordered a divorce. He added, "Whoever is truthful, Allah will be with them. A liar can never escape Allah's justice." Nazir broke down in tears, bowed before the Qazi, and quietly returned home. The wife showed signs of victory. Months later, she married a thug, the same man she had been seeing behind Nazir's back. Nazir silently watched everything unfold. He thought, "The man I wouldn't even let near my house, she married him." But the thug soon began to beat her. He neither earned money nor deserved respect. The money she had taken from Nazir lasted only a short while. Then he began demanding more. When she said there was nothing left, he divorced her too. Meanwhile, Nazir remained patient and was rewarded. He married a noble and virtuous woman. Allah gave him children, respect, and peace. The same woman who once considered herself too beautiful and capable, now longed to stand guard at Nazir's door. But time had moved on. The truth had come out. People knew everything now. And no one trusted her anymore. No one was willing to marry her. And she lived entirely on the charity of others. She brought an end to the kingdom with her own hands. Now to whom should I complain? Whenever she remembered the kindness and truth of the farmer, she would cry, but time does not turn back. So friends, there are many surprises hidden for us in this story. Be it a husband or a wife. If someone is patient and grateful for his destiny, he should understand that this is the best path for him. Because the position, relationship, and circumstances that Allah has given you are not without reason. If your husband is not handsome or has some shortcomings in character, remember that every human being has some qualities and some shortcomings. Someone may have truth but not beauty. Someone may have beauty but not loyalty, and someone may have wealth but not peace. Dear friends, this world is temporary. Man is born with flaws. He will have to learn to tolerate it. Wealth, fame, and beauty are temporary things. Real success lies in changing oneself. One who respects the soul of the body and lives with it. Just grateful for this, and I hope you have learned something from this story and my simple words. If you want to hear such interesting and engaging stories, then subscribe to our channel and press the bell button, and if possible don't forget to share the video with your loved ones. Thank you very much for your support. Live your life happily.